Hi, my name is Paul. I just started a channel called Bible Apprentice. The purpose of the channel is for me to share lessons that I learn either through listening to Bible teachers or self directed study myself, looking at the Bible. My hope is that any viewer of my channel can also learn along with me. I don't profess to be qualified to be a Bible teacher. I I truly believe the Holy Spirit, according to the Bible, the Holy Spirit will teach you all things. Um, but there is great Bible teachers, and as the channel develops, I will introduce those. Instead of getting into a little bit more about me, my beliefs, and testimony, I thought my first video would probably just get right to a quick short lesson. And for me, what better place to start than who is God? Right? That question, who is God? And I want to be able to answer that with three quick items. And in order to do that, I felt that we can look at the following Bible areas. And you see the precepts down here. So it's going to be John chapter 4, verse 24, 1 John chapter 1 and 5, 1 John chapter 4 and verse 16. And if when we read these three, it's going to be evident that God is a spirit, God is light, and God is love. The the words, the verbiage in the Bible is defining. See, God is. God is. So there's three things that God is: spirit, light, and love. Before we go on to the actual areas of the Bible and read it, I'd like you to kind of invite you to think about a couple different things about when it comes to spirit, light, and love. A spirit, if you look at the definition of a spirit, it is an energizing, animating energy. Okay, energy. And just like in our real world in science, we have different forces and energies that are accepted by science and people at large. Gravity, we have electromagnetism, we have electricity, we have thermal energy. All these energies um, are something that are there. You can't really see them. You can't see magnetism. You can't see electricity. You can see the result of it working, and that could be through heat or through light, right, or warmth or work. The same thing if you think about a spirit. Think about an animating force that's out there, and God is a spirit. God is light. Now, some people might say, "Oh, okay, well, yeah, that was the same thing as the sun god Ra," but God in the Bible is not talk. They're not talking about God being light as in the sun's light. Talking about God being light as in the properties of light. And if you look at the latest science of light, you'll find that light is a wave and a particle. It's a wave and a particle. All right, it has certain characteristics. And another thing you could learn is that darkness is a certain frequency of light. Now, when you look at that and you read the Bible, and the more you read it, the more it will make sense how God is light, how God is a spirit, and God is love. You think about that energy of like a hug from your favorite grandma or aunt, and just think of a blanket and warm cookies and that type of love, that energy behind that. That is what God is. And it's perfect. Think of a beautiful sunny day and everything is just right. And that type of light, that can kind of begin to describe our Creator. Okay, so let's look at each of these precepts. So it's getting kind of long winded here. So the first one we're going to go to is John 4:24. It says it in red letters there: God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. All right, let's go on to 1 John 1:5. 1 John 1:5. I had a marker there and I pulled the marker off. So now it's going to take me a little bit to get there. All right. This is 1 John 1:5. This then is a message which we have heard of him and declare unto you, that God is light, and in him there's no darkness at all. So now we know God is light, God is a spirit, and now we're going to go to 1 John 4:16. And if you go to 1 John 4:16, it says, and we have known and believe that God, that love that God had for us. God is love, and he that dwelled in love dwelled in God, and God in him. That's important to stop a moment and look at this. He that dwelleth, he that lives in love, lives in God, and God lives in him. I'll end it with that right there, and a quick screenshot of the precepts so you can look them up yourself.